16. Thalidomide. From Tragedy to Hope. A German pharmaceutical firm, Chemie Grünenthal, stumbled across thalidomide in the 1950s while doing experiments aimed at developing new antibiotics. Searching for a simple, inexpensive method for manufacturing antibiotics from peptides, the bonds that hold amino acids together to form biologically active molecules, they produced a new molecule they called thalidomide. The company's research program was headed by an ex-Nazi officer, Dr. Heinrich Müchter, a medical scientist for the army of the Third Reich, who seized upon a surprising finding: the drug seemed to have a calming effect in animals. Based on that finding alone, in 1954, the company gave out free samples of the drug across Germany. Then, without having done any tests on either its safety or its effectiveness, the company began marketing thalidomide in 1957 as the first over-the-counter sedative. A British pharmaceutical firm, Distillers Company, signed up to distribute the drug in the UK the following year. By 1961, after a massive marketing campaign, thalidomide was the best-selling sedative in Germany and was being sold in 46 countries throughout Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Americas. A well-known public health disaster ensued, as pregnant women who took it for morning sickness and as a sedative soon saw its horrifying effects. Thalidomide is a teratogen, an agent that causes malformation of the fetus. In 1960, a physician in Liverpool, England, created a registry after seeing 5 children born without arms. The drug was withdrawn from the German and UK markets in December 1961. 2 weeks later, in a 100-word letter published in The Lancet, Dr. William McBride, an Australian obstetrician, reported severe congenital abnormalities in a fifth of women taking thalidomide during pregnancy. Infants born with severe cardiac and gastrointestinal malformations often did not survive their first year. The striking defect that characterized many survivors was severely malformed or deficient extremities, a condition known as phocomelia. Belated experiments investigating thalidomide's toxicity showed that the drug could harm the embryos of mice, rabbits, chickens, and monkeys. Sadly, these experimental results were too late to alert doctors to the risks of the drug in pregnant women. Between 1957 and 1962, as many as 12,000 children were affected, mostly in Europe, Canada, and Japan. Through the vigilance and courage of a legendary FDA official, Dr. Francis O. Kelsey, the drug was blocked in 1961 from being distributed in the United States. This incident stimulated more stringent drug regulation and strengthened the FDA through new laws. The thalidomide catastrophe was so shocking that it chilled the post-war euphoria of an imminent medical utopia. Remarkably, within 3 months of McBride's alert, Gerard Rogerson, a doctor from Shropshire, England, raised the possibility, in another letter to The Lancet, that since thalidomide inhibits growing tissue in these circumstances, it might be investigated as an anti-cancer drug. However, it was not until 1994, 32 years later, that Robert D'Amato, a member of the Judah Folkman Laboratory, discovered that thalidomide acts as a mild inhibitor of the growth of new blood vessels critical to tumor formation. Thalidomide stunted fetal limb development by inhibiting the growth of blood vessels. Its potential as an anti-angiogenesis agent was overshadowed by the discovery of angiostatin. Thalidomide's most striking effect appears to be in multiple myeloma, an aggressive cancer of the plasma cells, derivatives of white blood cells in bone marrow, that affects 50,000 people a year in the United States. The cancer can lead to bone pain, anemia, kidney failure, and recurrent infections. Thalidomide currently appears to be the first new drug in 3 decades to have a beneficial effect on multiple myeloma. Its mechanism of action is not clear. Although the drug blocks growth of new blood vessels, this action does not appear to explain its effect. Rather, it may have a potent influence on the immune system or may even kill myeloma cells directly. It is used along with stem cell transplants. Thalidomide is marketed by Celgene, a New Jersey-based pharmaceutical company, and most of its sales are for multiple myeloma. Since thalidomide has been known for decades and the composition can't be patented, Celgene has patented its elaborate distribution system. This involves physician training and patient education, which includes mandatory contraceptive measures. Thalidomide has many possible side effects and complications. Therefore, any real hope for its use lies in the new drugs that might be derived from it, so-called analog drugs. One analog, Revlimid, is more potent and has fewer side effects.